Because I'm so serious about your success, I know that if you work the system, and that if you get clear, and that if you put in the work, and that if you then stay connected to a community that's gonna keep that fire lit, that's why we've created it, that you're gonna hit your targets on YouTube. And if you haven't joined Video Ranking Academy yet, get into Video Ranking Academy. The system is there for you. The coursework is there for you. It is the absolute next best step if you're not in it yet. Recommit or join, but work the system.
Do you remember when you were in school and they had those connect the dot pages? You know, where you started at 1 and then you drew to 2 and then to 3 and then maybe all the way to 100. And at the end of actually connecting all the dots, an image was appearing on the page. Maybe it was in kindergarten, it was a tree or a fox or something like that. But at the end, you had created something from nothing by just connecting the dots. And in today's episode, we are wrapping up a 5-part series all about how you can go full-time, take the leap to going full-time. And we're teaching you how Think Media, the content creators here, as well as thousands of other YouTube creators have been able to connect the dots to YouTube success. Hey, my name is Heather Torres, and I'm the host of the Think Media podcast. This is the #1 podcast to help you grow your influence on YouTube and then turn that influence into a high impact and a high profit online business. If you are brand new to this podcast, I want to say welcome. We are so excited that you are joining us on this journey, either listening or watching over on YouTube or on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're consuming this content. Thank you so much for being a part of our community and what we're doing here on Think Media. I want to encourage you to subscribe to wherever you're listening to this content on. And if you're over on YouTube, click that like button and let me know what your favorite episode so far has been if you're a returning viewer. Now, today's episode is brought to you by growwithvideolive.com. I am so excited to announce that Grow with Video Live will be back in person in Las Vegas in May of 2022. You can get your tickets right now at growwithvideolive.com. We have speakers like Gary Vaynerchuk, Sean Cannell, Omar Altakori, and so many other speakers that are being announced so soon. So make sure you get that ticket before we sell out. This is the top video marketing conference for anyone who wants to learn how to grow their influence online using video. So get your tickets now at growwithvideolive.com. Now, this episode is actually the final episode in a 5-part series that we've been walking through over the last several weeks. I hope you have been locked and loaded into this entire series. It has been so amazing to read your comments on YouTube, see your reviews over on iTunes, and it's been so encouraging to see how you are actually taking action in all of these steps to becoming a full-time content creator. Now, we have gone through the law of preparation, the law of momentum, the law of sacrifice, and your business mindset. Now, the first part of this episode is actually a snippet of a talk that Sean gave at Grow with Video Live this year. He's going to talk about that. And then afterwards, Sean and I are going to come on and have a conversation about this action step that content creators are taking that is actually helping them grow, which is connecting the dots, which is understanding how YouTube works and understanding that trying to do this journey alone can be really hard. So let's jump into the featured conversation and that snippet, and I'll meet you on the other side.
Number 5 is you follow a proven system. You follow a proven system. This is also like the law of the map. Like, it's been said that the time to have the map is before you enter the woods, right? Like, because once you get into things, and so often our activity in trying to grow a business or trying to become a YouTube entrepreneur is kind of random. And if I could go back and coach myself in October of 2015, I would actually tell myself to do exactly what I did without the distractions and the random videos I posted, and to actually not do a blog and not even actually really share the stuff on social media and not actually worry about building a website and not get too into worrying about my brand or how I appeared or who I was in a photo with from an event or any of that stuff. I would have went back and told myself, Sean, you already created the system, work it. And our system, it's work, it's proven. It's not just for us, it's proven for our community. It's the 7R VRA framework. What do? You reverse engineer, you get good video ideas. You then research before you press record. You figure out, okay, how am I positioning it? What are kind of the keywords I'm going after? One keyword, one video, one big idea. You then record the video, and by this time, you've come up with the bomb title, you've come up with the bomb thumbnail, you've really dialed in what you're gonna say in the video. Then you release it the right way. You make sure that you title the video, you do the description, you add the chapters, you do your time codes, add the tags, the spots there, launch the video well. And then eventually you rocket the video. As your channel grows, you could share it on things like the community tab. Rocket could include sharing it on social media, but to me, Rocket actually is internal YouTube features. You do a YouTube story, and you could share one video every 7 days internally. You can reactivate old videos in your library, community tab, YouTube stories, which are, a whole nother thing. Maybe, and so these different activities you could do to rocket it. Maybe you go to Reddit because there's a passionate community there, and you address something, and the only way you would know that is because you're so deep in that Reddit community that you are making topics they care about and breaking down videos that are viral, or valuable and could go viral on Reddit. Then you rocket the video, you put some action into it, then you review it. You look at the analytics and you say, what can I learn and how can I do it better next time? And then you repeat the process and you get 1% better. At an advanced level, you could start doing content marathons. We don't even have time to go into that, but I think about, I could have done content marathons from October on my own videos by the time I was in December. And in VRA, you probably know what we're talking about, but here's the thing. Find a system and work the system. Now, of course, I'm biased, but I want to encourage you, if it's not VRA, it's got to be some kind of system. Your activity in building a real business is not random. Your activity needs to be strategic. And this is why I also want to challenge you that VRA fam, remember I asked you, if you've been getting value out of Grow Video Live, I need you to recommit to the system, to recommit to the simplicity of following the steps, to finish your coursework 100%, to make Tony's tip of the week a priority, to watch the VRA show. Why? Because when you immerse yourself in the system, here's what's going to happen after Grow Video Live. Hopefully you're feeling inspired, but inevitably you're going to get punched in the face next week when you get back to real life. That's okay. That's why we have structured a community to help you win. That's why I need you to commit to listening to the Think Media podcast every Tuesday. Because I'm so serious about your success, I know that if you work the system, and that if you get clear, and that if you put in the work, and that if you then stay connected to a community that's going to keep that fire lit, that's why we've created it, that you're going to hit your targets on YouTube. And if you haven't joined Video Ranking Academy yet, get into Video Ranking Academy. The system is there for you. The coursework is there for you. It is the absolute next best step if you're not in it yet. Recommit or join, but work the system. And so when you look, and now let's land the plane on the power of Video Ranking Academy, even during those months, even during October when I'm freaking out, I sit down and I go, okay, I need to come up with a really good topic. I need to come up with a really strategic video. And one of the videos I did is, what is Amazon Prime and is it worth it? Now, maybe you would never think, and honestly, this was on a channel that didn't have a lot of branding or strategy around it, but I was testing different ideas, answering specific questions. And so I came up with that video. My friends, 5 years later, this video keeps getting watched and it keeps getting views. Over the last couple years, it has gotten 639,000 views and it has generated $2,578. Okay, well, that's awesome. But what's really interesting about this video? What's really interesting about this video is the fact that you earn $3 for every visitor that starts a 30-day free trial of Amazon Prime. My friends, I wasn't accidentally coming up with videos like this and accidentally stumbling into thumbnails like this. I was working a system. I was starting with the end in mind. I was reverse engineering. Get it? I was coming up with big ideas. I was thinking through things. I was really strategizing. So I asked myself the question, what videos from my YouTube library are still producing results today? What videos following the 7R VRA framework, and it's only gotten tweaked and it's only gotten better, but it's the exact framework that I have been working for the last 10 years. I started to see that this was like what it was, and it's just got more refined. I mean, it didn't have like the cool graphic and but I was like working this idea of search-based content, the power of YouTube. Now watch. May 13, 2015, this video was posted. But the stats you're seeing on the screen are what this video has generated in the last year. And I have a video coming up too, that just so we have audio ready. So in the last year, this video has earned $50 more in the last 365 days. It's generated 70 new subscribers for Think Media, and it's generated 13,000 views. It's 6 years old, and this is what it's done in the last year. On May 14th, it was a good couple of 2 days, this video has generated $173 in the last year, 68 new subscribers. So let me ask you a question. What happens to your YouTube channel over time if you're putting videos out like this? Notice I'm not showing you, it doesn't need to be every video, but what happens if you commit to consistency and you have videos catch the vision 6 years from now, getting you views today? I also want you to catch the vision because I know the questions come up like, I want you to go deeper into entertainment channels. And hear me, VRA works for entertainment channels. You still need to reverse engineer. You still need to research topics, trends, dances. You still need to record great videos, title them well. You could still promote them out, try to get them covered by blogs. The 7R system works for YouTube, period. But not a lot of entertainment videos get views 6 years from now. So my argument is if you want to build a real business that generates passive income and that gives you a business that can scale, you might want to consider positioning yourself in some type of niche that you can create content today that'll be relevant 3 years from now, 6 years from now, 8 years from now. Because I got 68 new subscribers on a video that I posted by myself now that we're in this era. So I can say, I've never been accused of this, but if Omar was like, Sean, why aren't you working? I'm like, bro, well, number one, I work harder than you. But number two, I am working, dude. Sean Asus 27-inch monitor just got the channel, 27 subscribers. For real. Every video that you post is like a little baby you multiplying your influence years later when you work the system. But this is the one that really shocked me because in preparation for Grow a Video Live, this video comes up. October 5th, 2010, and this video in the last year grew the channel by 6 subscribers. $25 to the Think Media bottom line. Come on. 6,000 views, but this video is 10 years old. And what I want to encourage you with is Omar called me out, man, and he was saying like, look, these videos haven't always been good. Like work the system where you are today. Like put in the work where you are today. Put out the best possible title and thumbnail and video you are where you can today. When you hear all the content we're delivering here at Grow a Video Live, it can lead to analysis paralysis. It can lead to overwhelm. Oh, it's not as good as I want it to be. No, ship the video. Put the video out there. I said SHIP the video in case you wondered what I said. Put the video, ship the video in the mail. Get it out there and make another one and make another one and make another one. Because when you post these videos, this is that video. Let me play it for you here. Let's just check this out.
What is up? This is Sean with Think Media TV and Think International. We've been getting a lot of questions whenever we go anywhere. We get a ton of attention because of our Think video setup, because of our Think setup, the camera set, our video camera setup. I just wanted to give you a quick...
Okay. Do you see anything wrong with the shot? Like, have you learned anything from Omar? Like, again, I obviously have had a problem over the years with the backlight window situation. So I could not be lit worse. If you watch the rest of the video, it's like I'm filming it. It's super shaky. I have a desk light on. Like, okay, so lighting, not good. Even placement of myself by the window, not good. But here's what's crazy, is this video still grew the channel by 6 subscribers. My friends, if you put out videos like this, and there's still some powerful things to it, the topic is good. A small group of people are still researching these very specific products and looking for videos and want to see somebody show the video off, show the products off. And so even though my first videos were truly my worst videos, I was committed to the process, and I was committed to working the system. See, your goal, and this is what ends up happening on YouTube, is eventually every YouTube video is like a clone army for you that you put in the work. And remember, like Omar said, he's like, when you really think about it and you start with the end in mind, yes, it takes time. Like, shoot, I got to structure the video. Man, I got to make a thumbnail and I got to write the chapters. I got to do the things. But when you put out that quality YouTube video to the best of your ability, that's like one robot in your army. Because the YouTube algorithm, then that robot marches and that robot works 24/7, 365. Even when it seems like it's not working, it's working. You got that robot working when you're sleeping because of the YouTube algorithm and you building up a mountain of views, a momentum of views. And so here's a power question. Do you have a focused plan or are you taking random action? And I want you to say either make a plan, get a plan, or we've given you a plan. It's the 7R VRA framework. And there's a lot of depth, obviously, in your course that you may not have unpacked yet. Plus, we're unleashing a whole new master's dimension of it that comes after VRA Foundations this fourth quarter. That doesn't cost you extra money. We're just adding more to the course. So we're continuing to work the system to unpack new insights for you. But that's not what you need at this moment. What you're getting at Growth Video Live, you got to take action on the information you have now. You got to hit record. You got to take action on what you have now. And so taking the leap to full time, preparation and practice, number 1. Build momentum, number 2. The law of sacrifice, number 3. A business mindset, number 4. And follow a proven system. I want you to work these. These are some lessons I've learned. Let me know what the aha moment was for you in the comment section in terms of any insights. And which one of these do you need to maybe focus on most? Which one of these do you need to focus on next? Follow a proven system. Man, this is so challenging because I feel like this whole series on this journey to full-time freedom with YouTube, how do you quit your 9 to 5? Sometimes we can wrestle with this if you have the artistic soul. And that's actually my background. I mean, I was a DJ. I love art. My dad is an artist. He's a woodworker. And so sometimes you can feel a tension like, well, YouTube is just my place for creative expression. It's a place for art. I want to make the video I feel like making today. And who knows what I'll want to create tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And when we start hearing system, it feels like it might be constricting. It might be limiting. But I think, last episode we talked about a business mindset. Again, if we sat across from like an investor, hey investor, will you give me money for this YouTube career? And here's how it's going to be profitable. Here's how it's going to be viable 2 years from now. One of the things that investor might ask you would be like, what's the system? Mm-hmm. Another way to put it, it'd be like, if you've ever saw the founder, Ray Kroc, McDonald's, it wasn't like, what kind of burgers do we want to make today? Should we try some experiment with the recipe tomorrow? It was like, here's the plan. The beef comes from here. It goes to the place. It goes onto the, kitchen stove. It goes onto the broiler. The fries go into the deep fryer. It goes into the assembly line. It gets wrapped up. It's a system. And that's not to like take all the emotion and the love out of YouTube content creation, but as YouTube entrepreneurs, of course, that's what's key. Of course, you got to layer storytelling. You've got to layer your personality. You've got to layer all that flavor and that flair on top. But when you layer it on top of the system, there could be a lot of power there. And this 7R Video Ranking Academy system has now, it's not a theory anymore. It's proved results for countless students. We have thousands of success students and many who their nuances of their stories, they're earning 10K a month, 15K a month, Dr. Eye Health over 20K a month. They're doing laptop reviews. They're doing eye doctor stuff. They're doing plants in Lucia. Mary, one of our students just turned 70. And she was sharing with me, she was like, she's doing great. She's got a whole business angle to what she's doing. So people of all generations, all backgrounds are using, the key is a system. Mm-hmm. They're following a proven system. And I do want to encourage people, like, again, if someone's listening to this, you're listening to the Think Media podcast, you haven't joined Video Ranking Academy, you got to join. But if you go, I don't know, well, then join something or figure out a system, because if you're just taking random action, you're going to get random results. And that is not how you go full time. That's like, I might not. Who knows? I'm going to do whatever I feel like each day. What's nice about this is it really brings structure to your path to full-time freedom.
Yeah. And I mean, I love structure, Sean. So I'm like, oh, proven system, giddy up. I love that. But I also do see that there is so much, Gary Vaynerchuk, he says that, everything on social is art and science. And the proven system part of this is the science and psychology of someone coming to YouTube and why they are even there. And until you actually dive into that and you understand why someone there, what are they looking for? How can you help them? When you follow this 7-step process, you actually get to see how that big piece can then be pulled out. Layers of the onion get unraveled because you're following a system for it. And it isn't just random, but it is the art and the science with it. But when it comes down to how do you actually do this, right? Like, we don't normally have people that come to us and are like, is this like I make a couple of videos and get like super rich? No, this is not what that is. This is a system. And just like if you were training for a triathlon and you have to run the miles and ride the bike and do the swimming, it's the same thing. You've got to run the miles, do the bike, swim the laps in the pool. This system will help you to also have the art built into it. And we've seen that with Ben Azadi, who's doing Keto Camp. He just did another video. He's made this video like 3 times now. The 5 best keto snacks. He's like, do I make it again? I'm like, yes. Why? Because it's the new fresh art that you're putting into the system that people actually want. And what I'm just so grateful for is that not only is this just it's not even a regular system. Not only is this a designed system, it has the word proven in front of it for a reason.
Yep.
And if you're going to pick a system, get one that's proven, get one that's actually working for different niches, get one that's actually been tested and studied. And what I love that we do here at Think Media is we are player coaches. We are doing this right now with 7 videos a week on our channel. This exact system. It's not like we like got to this high place and we're like, oh no longer doing the system. No, we are teaching our team the system. We're teaching the people in our community the system because the system is proven and it works.
100%. And it really reminds me of, again, this is all coming out of my story. I lose all my freelance clients in October. And now it's November and December. And I'm like, okay, in the next 2 months, I recovered all that income, not because one of the assets I had during that time was confidence because I had the system. I wasn't like, shoot, I hope I can come up with a good idea today. I wasn't leaning on just randomness. I was just leaning on, let me go back to it. Let me go back to the 7 R's. Okay, reverse engineer. What's the purpose of this video? How's this video going to make money? What's the purpose of my channel? Just we sometimes need that because I don't know about you. We can wake up a lot of mornings. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm groggy. What day is it? I need coffee. What's going on? And sometimes we don't know what to do. We don't know where to direct our energy. I think what's powerful about having a system when it comes to, again, this is assuming your target is to go full time as soon as possible, is the system takes emotion out of things.
Yeah.
You don't want to run your business off emotion. That's a really bad way to run a business because some days you're up, some days you're down, some days you're feeling it, some days you're not. And the cool thing about the system is the system itself also does not have emotion. Sometimes I know different personalities, this can be a hard, we think about this when running a team. Like what I love, if you ever have a team member, you ever hire somebody, or when you hire somebody as a YouTube entrepreneur, sometimes what can be ambiguous is if you're meeting with the team member and you were to say, hey, you're not like really cutting performance. They go, well, I feel like I'm cutting performance. Well, I feel like you're not cutting. And like, what do you mean by that? One of the things that we like to do is we like to have the smallest box possible. And it could be something like, hey, we need you to edit 2 videos a week. And so then the question is, did you put a 2 in the box? Yeah, well, but I felt like, well, no, is there a 2 in the box or not? Oh yeah, but the thing is, what was kind of, no. I'm just asking you, is there a number in the box? So when you think about the system, the key here being I didn't do 52 random videos over 2 months. I actually did 52 videos and I kept following the 7 R's. I would reverse engineer. I'm coming up with the title, coming up with the thumbnail. And so I would ask everyone listening to the Think Media podcast, okay, how many videos are you going to post a week? Sean, you and Heather say this all the time. Yeah. Are you doing it? But then also, Are you actually following a system when you post the video? Because you post a video every Tuesday, but if it's random, not effective, not researched, not intentional, not strategic, it's kind of a waste of time, or at least it's just a crapshoot. It's like, I'm pulling the magical YouTube wand. The power of the system is there's not emotion there. It's like, of course, there's the art side, there's the creative side, and you have to layer that on top. But you're like, listen, I'm just going to get up. All right, let me reverse engineer. Okay, let me research before I press record. All right, let me record. All right, let me do the steps, and then let me do it again. And it's not just my example now, but my examples. 2 months later, I bring in $4,700 on affiliates, $700 over 3 months, so that's about $200 a month. That's $5K a month. That is exactly what I happen to lose from freelance clients. And now we're seeing people in the Video Raking Academy. Someone today we just celebrated on a team meeting. She's a doctor.
Yep.
She just got her silver play button.
Yep.
Crazy. And so, but it all comes back to working a proven system. Does it take time to build momentum? Yeah, that was the second law. Do you need your season of preparation in your craft and your expertise? Sure. Do you have to sacrifice? Absolutely. Do you need a business mindset? Yep. But what's the system? It works if you work it.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I am so excited about is seeing all of the people who are just getting started now. So people might say, well, is it too late to get started on YouTube? All these other people are getting success on YouTube. This system works, and it works for right now in what we're doing. And I think it's just awesome to see that, throughout this whole series, so many examples of people who are winning on YouTube, and to be able to go full time, to be able to know that at any level that you are trying to get to, that you've got support, that you've got a team, that you've got people behind you with something like this, and really pumped to hear the stories of the next gen of content creators.
Well, I love that you said that too, because I know towards the end of that talk, I said, work the system where you are today.
Yeah.
Because that could also feel scary. Like, well, I'm just, the R's are intimidating.
Yes.
Like the system's kind of intimidating. My videos aren't that good yet. No, remember, that's why the last video, and if you're on the podcast, you didn't really get to see it. I played my video from 11 years ago. And it's totally backlit. It looks absolutely terrible. Like the hook is not strategic. Like it's a shaky camera. But yet that video still actually grew the channel Think Media by 6 subscribers over the last 365 days. It earned $25 over the last. That's like putting a good investment in like a mutual fund or something. It's still paying you 11 years later. That's the power of the Video Ranking Academy system. But the goal is to just start with it.
Yeah.
We continue to go to new depths. The 7 R's is like this loop. You just keep doing them and you keep getting better at them. I don't think they're exhaustive. You could always get better at reverse engineering. You can always get better at recording. You could always get better at camera. So don't be overly judgmental of yourself today, right? Get 1% better with every upload. Your first videos are going to be your worst videos. You have to punch perfectionism in the face and fear in the face and just start. You will probably cringe at your first videos.
Yes.
You might cringe at your videos from a year ago, even if you've been doing this for 5 years. But when you just keep working the system, again, you go, okay, I'm committed to it. I get it. And that's a good place to end this 5-part series. This has been fun. I'd love to hear, if you're listening to this on the podcast and you haven't reviewed it on Apple, maybe you got a lot out of this full-time series, like how to go full-time on YouTube, or maybe you're just joining. We'd love for you to review the podcast. Maybe have you listened to all 5 parts of this? If you watch the Think Media podcast on YouTube, let us know in the comments. Have you been getting value out of this? YouTube is a marathon and not a sprint. And so can we capture vision at the end of this series? What if you start working the system today? Just like I posted a video 11 years ago, and I definitely wasn't doing it perfect. I was doing it at like a 1 percentile level. Like if Think Media is at like full speed today, I had flat tires.
Yeah.
The car was barely running. I barely, had to, prime it to get that thing going. It was barely moving, but I just got started. I started before I was ready, and then I committed to it. Where will you be 2 years from now, Think Media? 4 years from now, Think Media? Where will you be 10 years from now? And think about how proud you will feel holding that silver play button. Think about how confident you will feel in reoccurring revenue and passive income that's coming because of the work that you did yesterday. I think that's the power of having a map, the law of the map. Man, before you enter the woods, get a map. And if you if you want our help, that's what we're here for, because we have refined the system and we continue to. What I love about the Video Ranking Academy 7R system's unbreakable. We continue to focus on that, but we keep building it out. Every week, Tony's talking about quick tips. We're going to another level. Every month, we talk to another VRA success student in the VRA show that is sharing their story of even how they're using it. We steal their points.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when ham radio comes on and Tony just taught the ABCs, you know, and I was like this insight, like, because what we found is that the system itself is so powerful that you start putting it, you get to have your art and it's not going to remove your personality.
Right.
It amplifies your personality. It's not going to constrict your creativity. When creativity works best in constraints, when you funnel your creativity through the 7 R's, it'll help you go further faster. So we hope this series has served you. So grateful. If you happen to just be discovering the Think Media podcast right now, go back into the library and you'll see all 5 parts that we've gone through on this journey of transitioning out of your 9-to-5, making this your full-time career. We're on a mission to help 10,000 purpose-driven people create a full-time living doing what they love while making a difference in the world with YouTube. And these are the steps, friends. So dive into these past episodes and join us in the Video Ranking Academy.
Well, I hope that conversation left you with something to think about. And if you want to join us inside of Video Ranking Academy, I'll make sure to link down in the show notes as well as in the YouTube description the best way to get our best offer right now if you want to become a part of that community. And I hope you've enjoyed this entire series. If you're listening over on YouTube, let me know what has been your favorite topic so far. We love that we've been able to have longer, deeper conversations around these topics that are actually leading to YouTube success. And I can't wait for another series like this in the future. So my question for you is, what is your next step? Do you need to become a part of the Video Ranking Academy? Do you want to be surrounded by community and other successful entrepreneurs who are actually connecting the dots on this journey? Maybe your next step is that you need to figure out the law of sacrifice and what needs to happen in your life, what changes need to happen. Or maybe you're in the law of momentum where you're just trying to make some breakthrough. And I want to encourage you to stick at it, because one video will lead to 2 videos, will lead to 3 videos. And over time, you'll look back at the end of the year and have 52 videos that you can see are making progress. All of this is part of the success on YouTube. And I'm so grateful that we got to have this conversation together. Now, if you are over on iTunes, I want to encourage you to hit the rate button and then leave a review, because that helps get the word out to other people who are wanting to figure out how to grow their influence on YouTube as well. Now, this review, I'm not going to say the name. It's going to show up on the screen. ALITLC says, seriously, YouTube, after listening to other people's YouTube information, I found myself eliminating their shows and coming exclusively here. I discovered the Video Ranking Academy here and the challenges, and finally understand how to build my YouTube channel. It's really nice to understand what I'm doing instead of just creating and wondering why some videos succeed and others don't. I highly recommend subscribing. Thank you so much for leaving that information. And I love that you're exclusively here, that you're part of the Video Ranking Academy, and you're taking our free challenges. It is so amazing that the Think community is rallying around this movement of being content creators who are making a difference in the world. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this community, for being locked and loaded for this entire series, and for leaving the comments and the reviews and sharing on social media. It is amazing to see all of you digitally, and I can't wait to see you in real person, in real life at Grow With Video Live, happening May 2022. You can get your tickets now at growwithvideolive.com, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.
Are you ready to start or grow your YouTube channel? Do you feel stuck and need help connecting the dots? Join this free web class where you'll learn the step-by-step playbook for YouTube success. We've helped thousands of purpose-driven entrepreneurs just like you grow their influence with video. Register today for this exclusive training at thinkmasterclass.com.